Hello, Aluxers! Have you ever wondered why Japanese people always seem to be so peaceful and happy? What's their secret? Well, stay with us for a few minutes and we'll spill the truth about the exact habits people in Japan use to live a happy life. Let us know if there's something you particularly like or intend to implement in your life as well. We'll get in touch with the first 50 of you who leave a comment. Oh, and if you like our content, please let us know by subscribing to our channel and hitting that bell button to be notified of any future videos we post. Knowing that you appreciate our work is definitely what makes our lives happier. So, without further ado, let's dive into the wonderful culture of Japan. Number 1. Ikebana. It's the Japanese tradition of arranging flowers. The Japanese believe in working with nature to create something beautiful, meditative, and healing. This practice should be done in silence so you can focus all of your attention on the harmony of nature. Number 2. Forest bathing. Taking a forest bath means immersing yourself in a forest for several hours and soaking up its sights, smells, and sounds. Simply being in a forest and absorbing its atmosphere has a restorative effect on the body and mind. Science has actually proven that this habit can reduce stress levels, improve sleep, increase focus and creativity, and give a sense of overall happiness. Number 3. Ceremonial tea drinking. Forget about pouring hot water on a random tea bag. Drinking tea in Japan is a true ceremony that involves precise movements and rituals. When the tea masters and their guests are immersed in the ceremony, they temporarily detach from the everyday world to share a moment of beauty and serenity together. Number 4. Kintsugi. It means golden joinery, and it's the Japanese art of putting broken pottery pieces back together with gold seams. The Japanese believe that breakage and imperfections are a part of life, and what's broken can be mended into something uniquely beautiful. Doing it requires love, care, and attention, just the same as when we're healing wounds of our soul. Number 5. The way of writing. Calligraphy is considered a form of meditation in Japan. The careful preparation of the ink and the gentle brushstrokes require complete focus and tranquility. This allows you to be fully in the moment and helps to find balance. Number 6. Ofuro. Who doesn't love a nice hot bath? Well, the Japanese take this common practice to a whole different level. As they settle into a cradle of soothing warm water, they disconnect from the outside world completely. All that's left are the sensations of the warm water, steam, heat, and fragrances that lull you into a deep state of well-being. Number 7. Busy without hurry. Or as the Japanese call it, ikigai. Ikigai is not just a word, but a whole concept. To put it simply, it means to always be busy but without hurry. In Japan, people are always doing something. Gardening, going for walks, meeting with friends and family. But everything is done with absolute mindfulness and slowness to savor every moment of it. Number 8. Japanese nurture connections with friends every day. Perhaps less so in big cities like Tokyo, but in smaller centers, social life is all about gathering the community as often as possible to celebrate, well, pretty much everything. From birthdays to weddings, every aspect of life is worth being enjoyed and shared with family and friends. Number 9. Continuous improvement. Taiichi Ohno is considered the father of the Toyota production system. One of the most important rules he set for his employees came directly from the Zen philosophy: re-improve what was improved for further improvement. In other words, never be satisfied with the result. If you look carefully, there's always something to make it better. If you want to learn some more about this extraordinary man, we suggest you get the book The 10 Commandments of Taiichi Ohno by Yoshihito Wakamatsu. It's a great introduction to the lean philosophy, and it also gives an idea about the Japanese culture that created this production philosophy. You can also listen to the book for free if you go to Alux.com/freebook, thanks to our great friends at Audible. Number 10. Minimalism. The term minimalism is probably overused these days. It refers to anything that is spare or stripped to its essentials. It's become the fashion to be minimalist, and as most fashions, it's often misinterpreted. The way the Japanese apply minimalism to live happier is by dedicating their energies to what's really important. Ever heard of the 5x5 rule? It goes like this: if it's not going to matter in 5 years, don't spend more than 5 minutes being upset about it. Try to apply this rule every day and you'll save yourself a hell of a lot of headaches. Number 11. When you walk, walk. When you eat, eat. This Zen proverb highlights what we've been knowing for some time. Multitasking doesn't work. Doing multiple things at the same time will just end up in a mess. Either you won't finish any of them or you'll do them all poorly. Do one thing at a time and do not get involved in the next task until the first one is concluded. You'll be amazed at how much more you'll accomplish. And if you want some more tips on productivity, check out our video, 15 Productivity Habits to Win Back Your Time in Life. You're welcome. Number 12, just live. Okay, Aluxers, we all know that comparison isn't good, right? Of course, we can and should be inspired by the people who have reached the same goals we're aiming for. But if it becomes a constant battle against those people, or even worse, against ourselves, we're all unique beings with unique qualities. Instead of trying to become like somebody else, spend time figuring out what your true nature and strengths are, and then make the most of them. Number 13, meditation. Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey, Oprah Winfrey, and even Sir Paul McCartney. These are just 3 of the many successful people who swear by meditation. There are lots of meditation techniques, and one coming from Japan is Zazen. The aim is to sit quietly and let words, ideas, images, and thoughts pass by without getting involved in them and without judging them. Meditation is such a fascinating world, so much so that here at Alux, we created a specific course to allow you to make the most of this life-changing practice. Go to Alux.com/courses and enroll now in our Mind Mastery course. We promise it's definitely worth it. Number 14, detachment. We've learned in the last year and a half that life can throw us some pretty strong curveballs. I mean, outside of Hollywood, who would have imagined a worldwide pandemic? What's important in the Japanese culture, though, is not so much on what happens, but how you deal with it. If you hang on to negative thoughts and feelings, you're bound to have a much harder life than it needs to be. Accept life is as it is and learn from every experience. There isn't much you can do about the past, but you can definitely work for a better future. Number 15, mindfulness. As you might have noticed by now, many of the practices the Japanese use in their everyday lives are aimed at grounding them in the present moment. As we just mentioned, there's nothing we can do to change the past, so we should definitely continuously improve ourselves to live a better future. The truth is, though, the only moment we can truly do something about is right now, in the present moment. Think about it. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow is not even here yet. Why worry about things that can no longer be changed or still don't know anything about? So let's focus on making this moment right now the best possible and living it to the fullest. And that's all, folks. 15 secret habits people from Japan use to live a happy life. Don't you think many of them could actually become everyday practices in all of our lives as well? What do you think, Alux? Or let's talk about it. We'll reply to the first 50 people who leave a comment here below. And also, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell button so you won't miss another video. But before you go with writing your comment, there's one more little secret we'd like to share with you in your bonus. Look for happiness in what you have. Did you know that technically if you smile, you're already happier? Try it right now. Move those face muscles up and show off your teeth. There, don't you feel happier? The Japanese know that happiness is a state of being, an emotion that we can create for ourselves without necessarily looking for it outside. By using all the practices we mentioned before, it is possible to live most of the time feeling happy, no matter what's going on around us. Thanks for staying with us today, Aluxers. We can't wait to see you again in our next video.